The question is, when is an orange wine not made from oranges? Well, the answer is when it's a Litmus Orange. It's called orange because the colour in the wine turns to an orange or amber colour. This is made with the Bacchus grapes. Orange wines are made with any white grape variety, which is then fermented on the skin. So the majority of white wines are fermented without any skin contact at all. So they're pressed when they're harvested, and the juice is then fermented separately. Orange wines became popular from about the 2000s onwards, very niche, but they've grown and grown in popularity now. John Boranchak, who's made this wine, made the first one in 2015 and 16, couldn't sell them. Nobody wanted them. So he didn't make any in 17 or 18. And then all of a sudden, fashion caught up with John, and he's able to produce this. The Bacchus grape, you know, it's basically a Riesling cross with Silvaner and Müller-Thurgau, and it's aromatic. We've got a lot of it, but this has had 16 weeks on the skins, which is a long time for orange wine. And you say, well, where's the orange colour? Well, John's very canny, and he protects the wine despite it aging in oak, and he just ferments in steel. It's got a slight tinge to it. You can possibly pick it up, I don't know, but it just has a little bit of extra depth. It's a very pale hue of orange to it. But when you swirl the wine, I don't know if the cameraman can get in there and get it, but you can see the legs here forming, a sign of some richness and glycerol that you get. So when you swirl the wine, you'll find little tears or legs coming down, and that's a sign of the richness. Anyway, so it has that Bacchus green fruit, a bit of lychee, a bit of kiwi fruit, but there's another scent on top, and this is more that aromatic that's coming out of the skin, because it's the skin that holds many of the aromatics. So there's a honeysuckle note. I think if you love Gewürztraminer, you'd really enjoy that. There's a phenolic heat coming out, very much like a Gewürz as well, and it's broader than most of the Bacchus. You'll get that extra weight and the astringency, very light. It's just a textural pleasure really which you gain from this. It's so hedonistic, such interesting flavours running through it. It's got a dryness of the acidity at the finish, but there's a richness. I think you could probably have this with some mackerel, some oily fish. This would go really well, and maybe some pork dishes, but get some spice, some oriental dishes into this, and I think this would be a great harmony with that. So maybe some pork, belly pork with a bit of sweet notes and spice and barbecue going on. That would be an amazing wine. It is an amazing wine in its own right, and it's one which I can applaud and I can recommend to people to try. It's sensational, and it will age. It really will. I can remember drinking the last of the 16s, being unaware that there was none left, and just being so disappointed when I found out. So I was drinking that in 2019. So they age well for 3 to 4 years. Litmus, small niche. This is their very own wine from a team of very qualified and experienced winemakers. So we will be seeing more of Litmus, because they're interesting, they're fun, dynamic, and they're pushing the boundary of English wine.